Tucker with Spartan Defense, and today we're going to debunk the ancient FUD lore of the Taurus Judge. The biggest question we have is it worth having in your personal arsenal? Today we're going to find out. For the uninitiated, the Taurus Judge is a 5-shot revolver chambered in 410 shot shell and 45 Long Colt. It can be fired in single action and double action by use of an exposed hammer. Taurus initially promoted it as a tool against carjacking and home protection. The power of a shotgun in the palm of your hand. So the one we're using today is a 3-inch cylinder, 3-inch barrel. One of our employees unfortunately picked this up used. We're gonna see what loads cycle through it, what loads don't, and what loads might be the best for you to use. So today we've got Birdshot, Buckshot, rifled slug, and a 45 Long Colt. So here we have our target and the Judge. Those various loads you just talked about, we're gonna put through this, kind of look at our shot dispersion over the target at a more of a self-defense range of 7 yards and see how effective this thing really is. So for starters, Birdshot. I'm gonna pretty much show you exactly why you shouldn't use Birdshot for self-defense. Should be pretty self-explanatory, but let's check it out. Let's go see it. So as you can see, there are just the dispersion is crazy of pellets all over the body. Not a whole lot of penetrating power, stopping power on a soft body target. One of the biggest things is look at the amount of bystanders that you could possibly hit with these. I mean, there's just pellets popping out everywhere past the torso, and that's just what you see on paper, let alone what's gonna be out on the left or the right side, over the top or behind the target. Super dangerous to use in self-defense, would not recommend. So for shits and giggles, we're gonna throw 5 in it and just see really why you shouldn't use a full load of this in your everyday use. All right, here we go. Let's go check it out. Wow. Yeah, you can see where the wads have impacted the paper, and there's pellets everywhere. There's no telling where those are gonna go, where they're gonna end up, or what they're gonna hit. So, like I said, don't use that for self-defense, for sure. That's bad, that's really bad. So up next, we have something definitely more kind of along that self-defense route of triple-aught buck. So there's 5 different projectiles coming out of this thing. I'm excited to see what this does out of a rifled barrel. So let's give it a try. Woo! A little bit different on that one. Let's see what we got. Wow. The Bystander Blaster 5000. Not very good. I don't know if that was me. It was probably definitely me. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interesting. Okay, let's try that again. Let's see if we can kind of close that group up a little bit, get it more into where you want to be hitting for self-defense. Let's give it another go. So 1 more in. Let's see if we can kind of tighten that group up and see if it was me or if it's the Judge. All right, let's check it out. Okay, so that looks a whole lot better. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one was from the previous shot. Much better. So next I'm gonna kind of put some centered in the middle here and kind of see what the effect's gonna be of trying to keep them closed off from hitting any bystanders, of making sure that this is the gun that you want. So on that last shot, I was aiming more center torso, kind of like low chest compared to the target, and we hit pretty high on the head. So this shot, I'm gonna aim more pelvis area and see if we can kind of hit center body and see what it does. All right, here we go. Let's go check it out. That one felt a lot better. Let's see. So there you go. This is something you're gonna have to think about and keep into consideration when using this firearm. I'm not too sure if it's the grip, the recoil. I was aiming right above the pelvis area here and we're hitting 5 inches high. So if this is something you're considering for self-defense, I would definitely work on your shot placement for sure, because this is very safe. Let's not get into the topic of that. So next we're gonna introduce a slug, rifled slug, rifled barrel. I'm really gonna take my time on this one and see how accurate this thing really can be. Let's give it a go, see what happens. All right, let's go check it out. So you could ignore this shot. This is the wad that's packed in the slug. This is where our shot hit. This is where I was aiming. I probably pulled it a little bit. A little bit of recoil if you can get behind that. That's a good shot. Let's take it back a little bit further. Let's do 15 yards. Let's see if we can still kind of hit in this A group. So we've stepped it back 15 yards. 3 rounds this time. Gonna be single action on the first one, double action on the next 2 to kind of get that squeeze pull to see if we're wanting to pull the gun in any one direction whenever we're pulling back on it. Let's see what she does. Let's go check it out. So here's my 1, 2, and 3. Definitely pulled 2 of those shots. Don't think of the revolver, think it was me. This is the first single action shot. These are the double action shots. Definitely something you have to get proficient with. It seems like the trigger's a little bit heavier and there's like a different kind of break to the wall on it creeping up to it. But with some practice, I definitely think those shots could be all A group for sure. So next up, 255 grain lead nose 45 Long Colt. Not the one that I'm most excited for, but it's capable of shooting it. So let's see what it does. Let's go check it out. I was aiming for center of the head. Now that's a me situation. I definitely think we could give that a second chance with a much better group. Let's take our time and let's really put one in where it should be. All right, so we're gonna do 4 shots, single action only, straight to center mass. Let's see what we can do. Should have counted on that one. Let's see. Now that looks a whole lot better. So you've got them stacked in here, A zone, and then just C, C, C. Didn't fly any off, didn't hit any bystanders. I'd say that's pretty effective out of a 3-inch rifled barrel. So between me and the cameraman, we kind of decided a little bit that it seems like 45 Long Colt in the Taurus Judge is shooting between 4 and 5 inches higher than we're aiming for at 7 yards. So I went over to my truck, grabbed an HK VP9, bone stock, nothing done to it besides a flashlight, 3 rounds of 115 grain 9mm. I'm gonna see what kind of group I can get with this versus aiming with the 45 Long Colt, because it seems like a dramatic difference to kind of see, should you carry 45 Long Colt versus just a typical 9mm. All right. So, let's go check it out. So pulled 2 of my shots a little bit, was aiming dead here, first shot here, second shot's here. The height is perfect. That's the thing we're focusing on right now, not how bad my accuracy is with an HK. I was aiming dead center to the chest. That's where my shots are. So now let's see what it does with the Taurus Judge of 45 Long Colt. Back to the Taurus Judge, 45 Long Colt, have 3 rounds in here, that same grain we were using before. I'm gonna aim for the exact same spot I aimed on the 9mm, center of the chest, center A zone, center of the A box. Single action only, taking my time, slowing down with it, and really seeing how high these shots really are. All right, let's go check them out. So, you can see every shot I aimed right here every time. 2 very consistent shots right in the neck, more than 5 inches, definitely. Second shot was a little bit, or third shot was a little bit higher. That is the most consistency I wanna see. The elevation is insane about how much of a difference we're getting here between 9mm and 45 Long Colt. Not sure if it's the judge, if it's the barrel, if it's the round, if it's the temperature of the weather. I don't know. You be the judge of it. So since we're comparing it to 9mm, let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that's reload speed. You never know how many shots you're gonna need, how much ammo you're gonna use. So I'm gonna do 5 shots, not worried about accuracy at all, just worried about reload time. I've got 5 shots in the gun, 5 shots in my pocket, and let's just see how fast we can get these rounds down range, reload, and then get rounds down range again. All right. I wasn't really quick. Yeah, that was not very good if you ask me. So now switch over to 9mm. So next we're going to compare Walther PDP full size. I'm going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage. I'm a lefty, so I will have to drop the mag with my middle finger, but we'll give the judge as much as we possibly can. 9mm, let's see what we can do. 5 shots reload, 5 shots. Significant difference. Even at a disadvantage of being a lefty, I still don't know why you would prefer something like that over this, but it's up to you guys, you know? So, time for the goods and the bads. The bads I'm gonna take away from this gun, to be completely honest, are 1, why would you only want 5 shots? You don't know what kind of situation you're gonna be in, what kind of scenario you're gonna be in, how many targets you're gonna have. It's not enough for modern day practical use. That being said, some of the loads were very inconsistent. 45 Long Colt was shooting inches higher than we were aiming. Whatever kind of round you're thinking about using in this gun could injure innocent bystanders. You don't want to injure bystanders by shooting the wrong kind of load through this thing or having the kind of kick when the adrenaline kicks in of needing to pull this out. And speaking of pulling it out, the fact that it's bigger than a Glock, and not to compare apples to oranges, but bigger than a Glock, thicker than a Glock, longer than a Glock, you only get 5 rounds through it. Recoil is much harder to manage. Just not a great concealed carry gun or kind of backpack or truck gun. All around, the bads aren't drastic. Range toy, yes. Everyday carry gun, probably not. So on to the goods. The amount of different ammo types you can put into this gun are pretty cool. You can walk into any gun store like ours and find every round that you're gonna want for this gun, whether it's 45 Long Colt or a variety of 410 shotgun shells. Enjoyable, fun gun to shoot, range toy, show off to your friends. I mean, that's about it. There's not much this gun has to offer that others don't for modern day sporting guns or handguns that give you more than what this gun has to offer. And as always, guys, remember to like and subscribe to the video. It helps us do more fun range days like this and get to play with more toys. As for self-defense gun, not for me. It's gonna be a safe queen, range toy, but who knows? We'll let you be the judge. Fuck. I'm Tucker.